Yo, it's good? It's your boy Kurt, and today, man, we have another reaction, no? So today, mag-react tayo sa Time First ng SB19. This is their podcast sa Spotify. This is episode 5, The Long Way Back, no? Guest nila si James Reed dito sa episode na to. And this is the first time na gagawin natin to dito sa channel natin. No? We're going to react to their podcast, the SB19 podcast. And a lot of you already requested for us to react to this. I mean, not on this specific episode, no? Pero yung ibang mga episode nito, and also maraming nag-request niya na mag-react tayo sa mga, I don't know, I feel like hindi ito yung first time na nag-podcast eh, diba? Mayroon pa silang podcast before, if I not mistaken, so nag-request na kayo doon, but napag-decisionan ko na, yeah, come on, you guys already requested to this, nakakalimutan ko lang, and then sakto may bago silang episode, so iba pa na natin today, and I'm really excited, man. So I guess we are going to watch and listen to a podcast today. Without no further ado, let's get it.
Hi everyone, we are SB19 and welcome to our podcast. Time First. First time?
Bakit ganun yung tigi di ni ni Josh kay Justin nung pagka-intro niya. Alam mo, parang gulat na gulat, parang tataka siya sa pag-intro.
Hi everyone, we are SB19.
Di ba?
Welcome to our podcast. Time First.
Pablo ngiting-ngiti
First
naman.
time?
You want to do it again?
Time First.
First.
Time
First lang daw,
Yes. At dahil today wala akong load, Josh, take it away.
Yes, today we're talking to someone who's been through one of the wildest evolutions in the industry.
Evolution,
Siyempre,
no?
from teen heartthrob to full-blown creative to someone carving his own lane in music and culture. And what's interesting, through all those changes, time was always part of the story. So, let's all welcome James
Reed.
Reed. Let's go!
Let's go.
Welcome to
Thank
Time
you.
First.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
How are you? How are you?
I'm good.
Sa gitna pala talaga yung yung guest nila. No, parang alam mo nasa hot seat na yun. Ito ko ba yung guest nito sa gitna ka talaga?
I'm good. Still a teen heartthrob, by the way. So I was going to know.
Let's go.
I'm just kidding.
That's true.
Of course, it'll never die. So for the
Alam mo yun? Talk back and you're dead.
people who doesn't know about your background, can you tell us something about kung saan ka galing? Kasi like people like us,
How you started, like, your career and all.
Wow. How I started?
and how you got that
Nag-PBB si James Reed, right? Nag-mahal siya ng PBB. Tama ba?
Aussie accent.
Well, I got it from Australia,
Of course.
but born and raised Sydney, Australia, and I moved
For how long?
until I was 16. Yeah, until I was 16, and then I moved to the Philippines just before 2010, so end of 2009. And I was actually going to high school in Makati Science High School. Yeah, that was a trip. Because I was the only foreigner there, so
Wow.
going into school felt like I was like a fish in an aquarium.
Like Nemo.
like Nemo.
Yeah, like Nemo.
Like Nemo.
No
But
specific.
yeah, everyone was like, it was weird.
Kasi
going to
syempre,
that school. I have
ano lang siya, di ba? Parang hindi siya bilong, no? Parang lahat ng mga kasama niya, gato nga, Pilipino, Tagalog, right? So parang hirap maka-adjust agad-agad.
fun. But then one day I was walking to school and someone came out of a club and was like, "Yo, I like your face. Here's my card.
Oh damn!
let's go
That's what
to
happened.
ABS." So wow. So I threw away the card,
Huh?
and then the next night I was having dinner with my dad. The same guy showed up again. Was like, "Yo, never called me," and I was like, "Sorry, I lost the card." Anyway, he convinced my dad to make me go to ABS, and then
How's that possible?
yeah, one thing led to another. I was in PBB, only a week later, actually a couple days later.
So has it been your dream to be an actor or
Not
an
at all.
artist?
Not at all. It's one of those things that just
Oh, grabe, no? Swerte yan, no? Kasi, I mean, naging art... Kasi, syempre, di ba? Natin, may tsura talaga si James Reid, di ba? And alam ko, di ba, passion talaga niya yung singing. And, hindi siya na maging artista, pero naging artista siya, di ba? Totoo sin, kaya pa niyang mas lumaki bilang isang artista, kung totoo sin, di ba? Kahit hanggang ngayon, kailang pa rin si James Reid. Pero nakakano lang na hindi talaga niya yung tipong dream, diba, pangarap na maging artista. Pero naging artista siya, no?
you know, it's one of those things where you just kind of dive into the deep ends. You just learn how to swim.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it wasn't something that I ever imagined I could do, like the singing, the acting. But I learned to love it, you know, as I went along. Like I was a kid. Like, I was 16 in the house, so when I came out, like I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do. So
That's fine.
so actually it was weird for me because I just started singing, and for most people, like normally your career is like I love singing, I love writing songs, and I play in my bedroom, and then I sing for my mom and my dad and my siblings, and then my friends, and then 100 people, then 1,000 people, and then a stadium. For me, I started singing in front of like
Yo, what the hell? Ba't bumaba yung, reso?
hundred thousand people,
Oh yeah.
and I play in my bedroom, and then I sing for my mom and my dad and my siblings, and then my friends, and then 100 people, then 1,000 people, and then a stadium. For me, I started singing
Wow ba yung resolution?
in
Why?
front of like 100,000 people,
What the
Oh
hell?
yeah.
like for the first time. And then, you know, I was kind of going backwards. For me, I was already there on like the big stage, hundreds of thousands of people, and I was just learning to sing. So I was trying to find my passion.
What the hell? So, lumilinaw na ulit siya? What happened?
You know, as I went on. So my career is kind of like going backwards. It's strange.
I kind of relate to that.
Yeah?
Because, this onesie, we have our own company called Onesie.
Once a year.
So, when we established Onesie, we're already known here in the Philippines. So, there are, lots of, projects here and there. So, like, we only have a small team. So, for us, it's really, really big. And sometimes we couldn't really figure out what we will do because, there's too much load that our people can handle. And so you try to work your way in, try to adopt, and then react to whatever's coming to you.
Yeah.
It must be really hard for you. And since you're, 16?
I
You
was
were
16
16 that time.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like you're being alienated here because...
Bago lang siya.
Are you already good in Filipino or Tagalog during that time?
No,
can
I didn't know at all.
understand, not-
I didn't even
not
understand
really.
nothing
So,
at all at that
it's
time.
really
So it was
good.
crazy. But my hat goes off to you.
That's crazy talaga, no? Kasi, parang pumunta ka sa isang bansa na parang wala ka talagang alam. Tapos doon ko mag-aaral, di ba? Na-expect mo na mag-a-adjust sa'yo yung mga tao, di ba? Hindi naman, right? Buti na lang, mga Pilipino is masyadong welcoming, no? Hospitality. So, may mga tao talagang kahit paano mag-a-adjust kung hindi ka pa marunong Tagalog, right? Pero grabe, ang hirap nun, no? Ibang bansa. Ako nga lang pumunta ako ng Davao, eh. Partida kasi, siyempre, di ba, sa Bisaya, may mga words na parang mai-imagine mo na kung anong ibig sabihin, di ba? Magkakaroon ka na ng hint kung ano yung, kasi may mga words na parang kalintulad na, o kaparehas na sa Tagalog. And the way sa expression nila, so parang mas madali siyang intindihan kaysa from Australia, no? Tapos pumunta ka ng Pilipinas, ibang-iba, di ba?
You guys for, everything you guys started here in Onesie, and you guys have accomplished so much, with such a small team. So congratulations.
Thank you.
You
Thank
accomplished
you.
a lot. and it's really cool to see, Filipinos that and like artists in a group that really push their own music and
Mhm.
are really involved in the artistry and taking it to the international stage. It's good to see.
Well, thank you.
That's why we do this, right? That's why we do it.
Yes. I mean, look at you as well, diba?
Look at you.
You've been through a lot, and we know that you've been pursuing other stuff, such as, we heard that you even built your own company before, right?
Yeah,
Like
Careless music.
Oo nga pala, no?
How was your
How's the journey?
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. I'm sure you guys know how crazy it is, and starting with a small T. But it was.
It's based
I
on
took a
LA,
break.
right?
Yeah. No, it's based here. It's based
really?
here. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
But I took a break from acting around just before the pandemic hit, and it's because I really wanted to pursue music.
Mhm.
There was just so much happening in my life at that time. There was so many expectations. He was expecting me to go here and do that. So many,
For sure.
so many people involved in my life, and it just kind of felt like it was getting out of control. Like my career wasn't getting out of control. It was going very well actually,
Yeah.
but I felt like I was out of control. Like
Hmm.
it's-
Kasi hindi niya talaga, hindi niya talaga, hindi yun yung sinabi nga ni Pablo, di ba? Doon sa, vlog niya, di ba? Sa Sindihan Mong Mitya. Yan ba title nun? Di ba? Na parang, I mean, hindi na, paano ba sabihin ito? Kasi di ba, nando si Pablo sa panahon na siya, data analyst siya. Hindi naman talaga yun yung gusto niya, no? So, parang siyang, hindi siya ganado, kumbaga, na gawin. I mean, I assume that's what James is trying to say in here. Like, hindi naman talaga niya gustong maging like actor, no? O umarte. Gusto niya maging singer or performer, no? So, kahit na, again, in demand siya, di ba? Hindi man naman talaga siya eh. Never siyang nilaos, kung totoosin, sa magiging artista. Di ba? Siya lang yung huminto. In demand talaga siya. Siguro dahil gusto talaga niya maging
it's all just happening, and it's less me making it happen. But I think it's because I didn't know what I really wanted. So I don't know. I made that decision to just take a break and focus on music, which is something that I felt like I had more control over.
Mhm.
Because acting is
gusto niya eh.
great, but you follow a script as a director,
yeah.
and it's, you work with someone else, and you live in the moment, and then what happens.
Mhm.
But then when writing songs, it's so much more like personal.
Parang andun ka talaga. Andun ka talaga
You
sa
really
nangyayari.
learn more about yourself, like when you're creating songs, and it's terrifying sometimes writing some songs where it's like so revealing.
Yeah.
Whereas acting, it's like it's
Yeah.
a front.
That's true.
So yeah,
Kaya
music was
acting is like acting, di ba? Maarte ka nga eh, kaya nga actor eh. Di ba? I feel like kasi sabi ni James dito kasi parang more on pag sa music, lalo na pag gusto mo yung music, ma-express mo talaga yung sarili mo, di ba? Involved ka talaga, ikaw talaga yun, lalo kung ikaw yung nagsusulat mismo ng kanta mo. Kasi may mga singers na kinakanta lang nila yung compose ng ganito, di ba? May mga ganun kasi singer, hindi talaga sila sobrang involved sa creation ng music or ng kanta. But if you're like the songwriter, the singer at the same time, and also involved ka sa pag-produce ng beat, ng music, kasi, mapapersonalize mo siya eh, maano siya sa sarili mo. And also, depende sa topic mo, siyempre, usually, pag singer ka, mas mabibigay mo yung puso mo. Kung yung kanta is medyo kahit papaano, merong kinalaman sa'yo or merong ang connection.
kind of like my creative outlet. It was like my way to, I guess, really figure myself out and discover who I am, like as an artist, as a creative. And yeah, it was really a way for me to vent, let it all out.
So
Yeah.
like
Music talaga
Probably,
napakagandang way para mag-vent
most
ka
of
rin.
the
Di ba?
people in the industry, they always say like strike the iron while it's hot. While you walked away from that tempo, right?
Did the total opposite.
Yeah.
You walked away from that tempo. How did you manage to, trust your own timing?
Time.
Yeah.
My own timing.
Ganda nun ah.
I think you have to think about whose timing are you on, because they say strike while the iron's hot, but that was someone else's timing.
Yeah.
You know, for them that was their timing. Let's do this, that, strike while the iron's hot. But then for me, I just didn't feel like it was my timing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I felt like I had so much more to give, but I just needed time to figure out what that was.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, when people say, you know, you gotta strike while the iron's hot, you know, just make sure that you're on your own timing and not somebody else's, because
Yeah.
sure, you're
Oo nga, no? Not somebody else's. Kasi again, artista siya, which is hindi naman niya gusto. Nice.
it, you'll go and you'll have that successful project, and
Mhm.
it'll come one after another. You see success, but I don't know, something will feel empty,
Yeah,
or,
for sure.
or missing, and that's the one that you can't like get rid of.
Yeah.
You know, it's the one you can't escape from. So yeah, I think just make sure that it's your own timing.
Yeah.
But was it a hard decision? Like, putting away all the fame and everything, and then starting your own thing?
I mean, a little. Everyone was telling me like, James, you're crazy. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Totoo, di ba? Totoo kasi, again, di ba nabanggit ko na, si James Reid is, hindi siya nalaos eh. Sikat siya. Tumigil siya ng sikat siya. Di ba? Yung direction ng career niya is pataas talaga. Di ba? Pataas na pataas. And, siguro, ayun nga, di ba? Kahit sino magkasabi na, men, pangarap yan ng sobrang daming Pilipino, sobrang daming tao, kahit di lang Pilipino, na maging artista, sumikat ng ganyan, sa ganitong klaseng industriya, no? Pero siya, I guess, pag hindi mo talaga gusto, hindi mo talaga gusto, no?
I had like shows and stuff lined up, and you know, a lot of the fans,
Yeah.
even some of my family, they were like, are you sure? Like, you're gonna, you know, stop all of this and, you know, do music instead?
Did it feel like you're rebelling, or you know, it's a rebellion or something, or did it turn out to be exactly what you needed?
I mean, when everyone thought it was like, is he okay? Is he rebelling? Is he like, you know, self-destructing or whatever you call it? And I think some part of me, yeah, it was. I was kind of self-destructing. Like this whole idea of James Reid, I felt like a lot of it wasn't me. Like I didn't make a lot of it. This idea of James Reid, so
okay.
it was kind of like a self-destruct. Like I needed to break it down. So I could,
Explore more.
Ang ganda nun, di ba? Kasi parang self-destruct, which is, nabigyan na ng magandang meaning yung self-destruct, no? Usually kasi negative siya, no? Pero again, sinasabi niya ito yung imahe na James Reid dito sa Pilipinas, hindi naman siya kasi bumuo, di ba? Hindi niya direksyon, kumbaga. May halin tulad nila like I guess, during show BT, no, na parang hindi talaga sobrang 100% involved yung SB19 sa pagbuo ng ano nila. Diba? May sinusundan sila. Unlike yung onesie na sila talaga. I assume parang ganun. Diba? So parang self-destruct. Self-destruct niya yung image na yun. Kasi gusto niyang gumawa ng sarili niya. Diba? Yung sa kanya mismo na siya gumawa.
yeah, explore more and build it up again.
Learn new
So
things.
they weren't wrong when they said, you know, you've gone crazy, because I definitely felt like I went crazy a little bit.
But you have to go through that in order to, you know, to live.
Yes, I definitely did have to go through that, and I don't regret, you know, taking that break. You know, just like mentally and emotionally, I really needed it. So yeah, it was tough because everyone was worried that, you know, I was kind of throwing it
For
all
sure.
away. But then it was
Yeah.
difficult, because for me
Grabe,
it's like,
no?
you don't understand what it's like for me, and you don't understand what it is I'm trying to do or trying to achieve or try to figure out. But thankfully, you know, it's been 5 years since then, and I think people are finally starting to see, you know, the reason why I left. And, you know, I'm definitely happier with the person I am now than the person I was then.
And that's what's
That's
most
maganda yun.
important.
That's the
Mas
most
maganda
what's up.
yun.
That's what's up.
That's what's
Yeah.
up, yeah. So, Yeah, kahit ako eh. Kahit pag titignan ko si James Reid ngayon, hindi ko na siya nakikita. I mean, nandun pa rin sa likod. 'Di ba? Na artista siya dati. Sigat siyang artista. Heartthrob, teen heartthrob, 'di ba? Ganun yung dating niya. Pero ngayon kasi nakikita ko siya more of as an artist na or like a singer, performer. Ngayon, 'di ba? Yeah. Mas maganda rin. Mas masaya pa siya, 'di ba?
But for sure, it's not out of spontaneity. You really took your time, like thinking about it, or was it
Yung
I
biglaan.
don't want to do this anymore?
It was a long time coming.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
long time coming, and it was just kind of built up,
You were like a ticking bomb.
like a ticking time bomb. Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
for sure.
something like that. Maybe if I didn't take that break and I didn't stop, maybe that would have been worse. To be honest.
for sure.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that would have been worse.
Oo nga, no? Kung hindi siya hindi siya tinigil habang andun pa siya, baka mas pangit yung may iwan niyang, image as yung image ng James Reid na actor, no? Kasi most probably, I don't know, maybe, hindi niya magustuhan or magliwaliw masyado or magrebelde habang ganun yung ginagawa niya. So, mas pangit, no?
If I hadn't taken that break and I hadn't just, had time to just explore music with my friends and, do something that we really love, and then without having the pressure of like, has to be now, strike while iron's hot. Just having that freedom just to,
Express yourself, no?
take your time.
Yeah.
I personally think that's really courageous and smart.
Yes.
Because personally, I feel like when you're in a place wherein you don't really like to do what you're doing right now, sometimes you get irritable, and then
Yeah.
you tend to hurt a lot of people around you. And when you make that decision of following what you really want to do, it's like saving them from all the bad, or what do you call, chaotic things that could happen. So I think it's really courageous. It's what a
Thank you.
Yeah. Kaya nga sabi ni Pablo sa vlog niya, 'di ba? Na andun siya sa point sa pagiging data analyst na parang gusto niyang sutukin yung monitor niya, 'di ba? Gusto niya iba to yung keyboard, 'di ba? Kasi din niya gusto yung ginagawa niya. So, most probably kung di siya suminto doon, baka dumating siya sa point sa point na yun sa company niya, bigla sinuntok yung screen. Ayoko na nito, gano'n, no? So, parang gano'n, no? Kaya natin may tulad ng gano'n. Pwedeng gano'n yung mangyari sa karir ni James Reid kasi parang mapupuno na siya na ayoko ng ganito, man. Ganda.
So before PBB happened, is it really music that you really want to pursue, or you have other dreams before?
Actually, before PBB, I wanted to be a chef.
Wow, a chef.
I was like studying to like culinary arts, and I was actually, when I was growing up, I always imagined like I'm gonna be a chef one day.
Really?
Yeah. So that was always my dream.
What the hell?
And then when I started performing, I was like, "Nah, this is way better."
It's different, yeah.
I was such a shy kid from.
Nakikita mo yung connection nila, yung reaction ng SB19, sabi nila, when I started performing, this is way better. Diba? Nakikita mo yung reaction ng SB19, this is way better. Diba? Kasi alam nila yung pakiramdam.
From Sydney, and I had the worst stage fright. Like the first time I ever was on stage was right after PBB, and I had to perform on ASAP.
Oh.
And I was like
national
front.
television.
I was national
You're
live,
the big winner.
and I was like front and center, so I couldn't even see the dancers on the side.
Uh-huh.
So when I made so many mistakes, and I couldn't see them on the side, so I can't just copy anyone.
Really, we were prepared. We're prepared the video.
Bro,
Please don't.
VDR.
Too many embarrassing videos.
Was
on
it your
man.
first time? The first time
Yeah,
ever?
Very
that's
first.
the
Meron pang merong performance si James Reid na nalaglag siya. Di ba? Si James Reid ba yun? Di ba? Parang nalaglag siya sa stage.
Very first time ever, and then
So were you nervous back then?
yeah, I was so nervous. Like I think my ears turned red, and like, You guys ever have that when you get so nervous that your like saliva
Oh
dries
yeah,
up,
yeah, yeah,
your
yeah.
mouth dries
Oh
out,
yeah.
and then my
Ah.
lip was like,
Nasa ko na yan one time na sobrang sarap ko na parang nag-garap ka, di ba? And parang yung, I don't know, di mo control yung napapa-overthink ka sa mga bagay-bagay. Hindi pa yung laway mo. Nag-aano na tapos sa garap ka, siyempre, there's a chance na baka mabulol ka or baka mabilaukan ka sa sarili mong laway. Right? So, yun yung mga kabangga doon. So, dahil doon, medyo mawawala yung attention mo sa mismong performance mo, pagpa-perform mo. Marami kang iniisip, marami kang ino-overthink. Nagkakamali ka.
caught. I'm like,
Ah,
Yeah,
mga
like that.
ganon.
Yo,
And I-
really?
yeah, it was.
What the hell? Nabasa na yung labi ko. Parang bingot.
Yeah, does that ever happen to you? Anyway, that happened to me. So I had the worst stage fright, but then it was crazy. I had to go and do like tours around the whole country with the rest of the housemates, and we would sing and perform.
Okay.
Just like, covers and stuff. But then there was something about going on the stage that made me feel kind of like invincible.
Hmm.
Like whoever I thought I was that couldn't do
Gawa niya.
on the stage, I could.
Mhm.
And I was doing things I never thought that was even possible. For me, growing up, it was just like, no way. But there I was on stage, thousands of people, and they're singing along with me, and I just didn't know why. But yeah, I became addicted to that feeling, and I was like, wow, once I got a taste of what is possible and I could do this, I couldn't go back. I was like, I'm sorry, like my chef genes.
Mm.
And you
um,
proved yourself.
Yeah, that's.
Look at you right now. I mean,
Look at you.
I mean, I still cook. But
and still a teen heartthrob.
I still
still
in our job, yeah.
I mean, you can still pursue it in the future, right? But yeah, being an artist is something else as well.
yeah, it was something that it's just like a calling that came to me, and
A calling, no?
I don't know, it was so strong, and there were so many signs, I just couldn't really ignore it, so I just went for it.
Definitely. And since you're sharing a lot of stuff right now, I mean, a lot of people would think that you have it all. You have those, the fame, maybe all the money and all the things, all the people supporting you. Then they didn't really think about, what you're really feeling inside. All those emptiness, all those lies to yourself. It's really hard to bear it all at once. At the same time, everything's happening. So looking at you right now with all the growth, all of your journeys, all of the things that happened to you.
No? Si Josh and si Pablo, pwede sila mag-podcast, no? Dami nilang baon.
Did you have any regrets, or did you have anything that you had that sayang moment? Sayang I didn't do this. Sayang I didn't.
I think definitely in the moment, like when you make those huge mistakes, you definitely feel like that. But, looking back at everything, have you ever heard the saying, like, life only makes sense backwards? It's only when you look at it, your life in hindsight backwards. It makes sense
yeah.
why you had to go and do those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
And it made
true.
sense why you had to get screwed over here
Mhm.
because they told you how to
Yeah.
do this.
Yung tinatawag na parang realization. Pero nangyari na kasi, during at that time, di mo ma-realize kung bakit. Ba't nangyari to? Bakit ka to? My life, sabi nga niya, got screwed over during this time, ganito. Pero pag may time na parang mapapahinto ka na lang, mapapaisip ka sa mga nakaraan, sa mga past actions mo, no? Parang, okay, makes sense. Bakit nito ako ngayon? Or kung bakit ko ginawa yung mga yun.
And because of that, you learn that. So I feel like no, I don't really have any regrets.
And that's great.
Yeah.
That's a great thing.
I think that the secret to having no regrets in life is accepting that you're gonna make mistakes.
Yeah.
And then making
You're always
sure that
going
you
to
learn
make
from it.
mistakes.
Yes. Because if you didn't learn from it, that's a regret. You know? And then if you feel regret still, I think that's just, your past challenging you to be better. 'Cause if you still feel that regret, you didn't learn. So looking back at everything, I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
Even all the stuff that sucked.
Yes.
I wouldn't change it.
Even the smallest things, right?
Yeah, even the smallest things, because it made me who I am now. You need that. You need that in your life.
Hirap mo.
Grabe, no?
No regrets.
Diba? Kala natin kasi with everything that has been happening for James Reid, I mean, whenever you see anyone, right, mga tropa namin, like, sorry, I'm not speaking Tagalog at Filipino, but some, di ba, parang normally, kamukha ni James Reid, ganun, that's how we, di ba, that's how we usually, pag nagbibiro kami with our friends, ganun, ibig sabihin, you are such an icon. You were, yun ba, na-build mo yung sarili mo. But somehow, you didn't walk away from it, but you took another path, and you took this path where you
Bakit? Ba't nakakaintindi naman si James Reid ng Tagalog?
finally, I'd say, like, found yourself.
Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah, definitely.
That in terms of, since you are really more serious when creating or expressing your craft and creating music, how's the process? I mean, do you
Paano
how
siya
do you
gumagawa
do
ng
all
music?
these music, producing, and all these, maybe with your own label as well, or I say company? How did you manage to take that path, or paano mo na siya naisipan? Did you really intend to do that from the get-go, or
No, it was something I just kind of jumped into. One thing that I think made a huge impact on me was when I left for the US. I was gone for like a year maybe. And
that was originally
because
for
there was
some project?
have you heard of Far East Movement?
Yeah,
Like a
Far East
G6
Movement.
One of the members is Verman. He's Filipino.
Oh,
Yeah, so he came out here, and I bumped into him, and then he was like, "Hey, you should come out to LA." And then I was like, at first I was like, "Nah, I don't know if I'm cut out to, work with people at that level, that
Yeah.
caliber."
Mm-hmm.
And then, I realized, I was like, man, this fear is stopping me from getting better.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I need to change my mindset on how I'm seeing this. And then I was just like, okay, stop worrying about failing, stop worrying about not being the best, stop worrying about, what they might say. My headspace going into this should just be, I'm here to learn.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm just excited.
Diba? Ayun yung kagandahan pag meron kang, kailangan talaga pag sa gatong klaseng industriya nila, magkaroon ka ng connection or opportunity, di ba? I-grab mo agad. Hindi yung, for example, let's say, you have an opportunity to work with or makasama or maka-jam, let's say, Glock 9. Yung ganda sa isip ko, Glock 9. Let's say, lagyan natin yung position ko kay James Reid. For example, it's me, not LA, but like, let's say, Binangonan. Taga Binangonan si Morong, si Glock 9. And then, hey, Kurt, sama ka ba gato ganyan, 'di ba? So again, napakalaking impluwensya ni Glock 9 sa Filipino hip hop or Filipino OPM, no? Filipino OPM pa, no? Redundant na masyado. Pero syempre may part sa doon na kaya ko bang nakakahiya? Para nakakahiya yung makakasama ko or makaka-jump ko kahit hindi trabaho sa makakasama mo lang, parang napakataas na ng knowledge sa ganito, 'di ba ka? Ganito yung tingin nila sa akin, di ba? Pag hindi ko hindi kasing taas ng knowledge ko yung knowledge nila sa music. And also, syempre parang maano ka na parang, yun nga, sabi niya parang hindi naman siya cut out para magtrabaho kasama yung mga taong yon, diba? Yun yung mga mag-aano sa hila sa pabalik eh, diba? So kailangan dapat pag may opportunity ka, grab mo na lang, tapos just freestyle it, man. Just freestyle it. Yan nga, matuto ka. Hindi man lagi may positive yung ano, pero matututo ka. Matuto ka pag kasama, yung mga yun, yung mga veterano na or mga kasama mong ano, matuto ka sa kanila. And then, i-apply mo sa sarili mo, right? So, I assume that's what James is trying to say in here. And also, I think that's what James Reid is what James Reid did, no? Para ano, I assume dumiretso siya sumama siya sa LA.
Excited to learn from people. And then that trip was crazy. I went there, I met so many different producers, stereotypes. They produced for Bruno Mars, a whole bunch of different people. People that produced for Chris Brown, writers like left and right. And I learned so much from them. So before, it used to take me like 3 months to write a song. And I used to have to write out the whole song in my head before I dared like record anything. And they're the ones that taught me just let what's inside just come out. Just like freestyle it. Just, really what it meant to just flow. Just let it come out. It's crazy because the first time I worked with them in the studio, I was in the Stereotype studio. And they were like, yeah, you like this beat? I'm like, yeah, I love it. Okay, let's go. I was like, so what do we do? And they're like, hop in the booth, freestyle.
Yeah.
And I was like,
What?
I was like, I've never done this before. Because I'm like way too shy. I was like, oh my God. If I don't do it, they're going to think I'm whack. So I was like, that's it. This is it. This is the turning point. So I just got in the booth and then I just started freestyling melodies.
Just freestyle it, man.
That song actually turned out to be Hurt Me Too, which I released here only last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and from that point on, just like working with all these different people, it just kind of changed my perspective when it came to music. You can't really plan so much. You just need to get in there with the right people and with a good energy, and just let it start and let it just take a life of its own. That's why I love the demo making process.
Yeah.
Because that's when the ideas just come out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. You can just give just all
Papatong na lang.
ideas are welcome.
Tapos parang isasalain na
Just
lang.
let it will flow and come out.
I like
90% of it won't make it to the album, but
I like the way that I have a bunch of stuff, a bunch of that I don't release because I just make fun.
But I like what you said that working with the right people and good energy.
yeah.
Because
Yun pa, isa pa, di ba? Naintindihan natin na, for example, meron kang mga producers or mga kasama sa mga artists na kasama, for example, in the booth, no? Tapos I mean, normal lang yung parang medyo may hiya ka nung umpisa. Pero pag, like, nasa process na kayo of creating something but wala pa rin kayong connections and parang nagkakailangan pa rin kayo, you don't have that positive energy sa loob ng booth pag magkakasama kayo. After that, like parang, okay, uwi na ako. Kita lang ulit tayo sa sunod na session. No? Parang walang connection. Parang wala ring gana no?
I mean, I could understand why some people really fear trying new things, because when you're in a different place and you're surrounded by people who don't know you or who doesn't have the same mindset as you, it might break you or make you. So for example, you try to record there and you sounded whack, just like what you said, and then they say something about you that will be breaking your whole, like what you've been working on your whole life. So it's really important to find your right people.
Tawag dito, yung confident mo, di ba? Kasi parang sabi lang, pangit naman ang ano mo, ganyan. Parang hindi silang, imbes na mabigay sila ng like, ng valid na criticism or, advice, parang asa rin ka pa or kukutsain ka pa sa work mo, di ba? Parang magiging pangit yung vibe ng room.
Who will you be working on with, the things that you like, your dreams and all? So, I mean, I guess because in our group, um, it felt for me, we found the right people, even for our staff and everything. That's why, um, all the visions that we've been creating, slowly we're able to execute it, even though
Mm.
it's really hard. Sometimes you need to find the right people. There's like these team. They're not in onesie, but you know, we really find it really um convenient to work with them because we have the same passion in terms of
And a strong vision.
Yeah.
Like when the vision is really strong and it's aligned, I feel like the
Mm.
right people just
Yeah.
they find you because
Yeah.
they see
Sure.
it.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
true.
okay, this is something that I can get behind, I can support,
Mhm.
and it's something that's clear. You know?
Mhm.
And when you have a really strong vision, like you guys, it's you just attract the right people. I feel like they show up and they show up at the right time too.
Yeah, and at the same time, I like what you said about, you have to really change your mindset about being, about you were caught up with fear earlier about the booth, right? When they said, yeah, you need to freestyle this. But what's the worst thing that could happen? They'll just say you're whack. but, but at the same time, you learn something, like what you said
Yeah, I
earlier.
mean, pero
Yeah.
yeah, I get what Josh trying to say here. Pero syempre nakakawa pa rin yun. Especially if you have this opportunity to work with this type of people na yun nga, producer na nila Bruno Mars or work with Chris Brown. Diba? You wanna show them something, na kung sino ka, like as an artist. So you don't want them to say that you are whack, but at the same time, maybe not whack, but show them that you have something. Maybe not like in a level agad ng like Chris Brown or Bruno Mars. I mean, veterano na yun sa pagkaganyan. Pero like, they're, show them that you have something. But yeah, I get what Josh trying to say in here na what's the worst thing that they said? You're whack, right? Yun ang iniisip mo, umpisa pa lang eh. Diba? Sabihin nila na whack ka. So, just freestyle it. Just, see what happens. And pag sabi lang whack, I mean, that's the worst thing, right? And you can always bounce back, di ba? Para ipakita kung anong kaya mong gawin or matuto, like sabi nga ni Josh. Pero what I'm trying to say is parang syempre nakakaba pa rin yun na shit. Baka isipin nila ang whack ko, no? Or dahil syempre sa kaba mo minsan baka mental block ka. Yeah.
And it turns out to be a good song, and you released it.
Yeah, it turned out to be a great song.
Yeah, and you didn't come up whack, di ba?
Yeah.
So it was really a great story, na parang
because so many times we've been in the same situation. Sometimes there are really situations that you will worry because people might think something about you.
Mhm.
But in order to be on another level, you have to put away the inconvenience, the fear and everything.
The best thing that I learned from anyone was, like, especially when it comes to music or singing, is that he told me, I'm gonna get his name so I can let you guys know his name, but he was my I did a vocal lesson just one time when I was in LA. His name's Nick Cooper.
Nick
He's
Cooper?
trained like Usher. He's trained when I was there. Leonie Lewis was there.
Mm?
A whole bunch of people trained Zendaya. He trained Doja Cat. I think he trained Beyonce too. But he told me, he was like, James, you know what your problem is? Because I was singing for him. He's like, the problem is you're trying to sound good. The problem is that you're trying to sound good. Stop.
So parang you trying hard na magtunog na parang hindi na ikaw, ganun ba? Ano ba gusto niya sabihin dito?
Trying to sound good. You sound whack. He was like, the point of singing and the point of music, the point of all of this is to try and sound free.
Oh shit,
And when you
that's
sound
fucking
free-
deep, man.
And when you feel free, when you're singing, you're gonna sound amazing, no matter what. And I was like, damn. that changed my whole perspective, and I was just like, I get it. Like
Mhm.
when you're trying to sound good, you're telling yourself you're not good enough instead of just trying to be free and like playing and having fun with it. But yeah, that kind of blew my mind.
Oh, I just realized something. Is this itong pinag-shoota nila ng tong podcast? Ito yung sinasayawan nila, di ba? Like ito yung naglagay lang sila ng cortina and then this plants and then parang backdrop. Pero ito yung di ba? Ito yung pinag-rehearsal nila sayaw, right?
Because like if you
He has a
really
point.
if you're really trying to like sound good, you felt like you are restricted.
Yeah,
like,
you
in
feel like you're
some-
restricted.
some of
Yeah.
your skills. But when you say like, just have fun, all that. That's when you truly, like show off
Free,
your
yeah.
skills and all that. It's like,
Yeah, when the point is to feel free, like
Yeah,
while you're
feel
doing it, then that's when the best of you comes out.
And but that's hard to do as well. I think that's the most common misconception.
it's
It
a
will really
skill,
take time.
Yeah,
It
it's
really
a
no,
takes
for sure.
time.
Mhm.
It's something that really takes practice. It takes time. Like it's not easy to just jump
Yeah.
in front of the camera
And
be
then
like,
be
Yeah.
free.
this is
No?
who I am.
Mhm.
Yeah, hirap
You know what I
nun.
mean? It's terrifying, but it takes a lot of time getting comfortable with yourself.
Confidence.
Yeah, to build that, and yeah, I think it's a skill.
Yeah, it is a skill.
Free as you want. But most times we want everything to be perfect.
Yes.
But nobody's perfect.
Yeah,
So
especially as
we
artists.
practice.
That perfectionism.
Yeah, but sometimes
So
if
we
you want
practice.
if you try to be, good, you might overdo it. So you need to be, natural, just enjoy the moment.
Parang
And sometimes maybe like it's from the artists that you look up to, like, wow, I really like his style, so I wanna sound like him too. So it's kind of like that.
Parang
also.
ginagaya mo na masyado,
For
di ba?
sure.
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah.
parang kuha ka ng inspirasyon, anong nangyari is parang ginagaya mo na ang dating. Ba't ngiti-ngiti si Justin dito? Bakit?
Inspirational,
And you really don't have to follow anyone. You just do your
Just
own.
be you.
Bakit tumatawa si Justin dito?
You do you, right?
I
Mhm, you
remember
do, you're right.
something Sir Gary told us. Parang, it's about perfection of
Diba?
excellence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellence. Parang, it's about showing up. Like, you don't have to be really perfect in terms of the overall output,
Mhm.
but to be there and to perform regardless of your situation. If you have sickness, if you're experiencing cold, or
Yeah, I mean, it's the same with work. It's the same with working, like a 9 to 5 job, di ba? You have this attendance. Let's make this as an example to this, no? Like work, di ba? You have this attendance, di ba? Sometimes kahit na gaano ka kagaling but you're not showing up, di ba? Absent ka sa trabaho mo. It doesn't matter kahit na ikaw yung pinakamagaling na, let's say, call center agent. Iniisip kong example kasi yung trabaho ko ngayon, no? So, like, ikaw pinakamagaling magtumanggap ng calls and mag-assist, diba? But you're not showing up. Like, you're absent every other day. It doesn't matter. Makatanggal ka pa rin. Yung kaysa doon or versus doon sa lagi lang pumapasok. And then, maybe mabagal man kasi. Kaya nga sabi natin, meron tayong kanya-kanyang time, no? Tempo. Nice, man. We're still on the topic. So, may kanya-kanya tayong tempo or oras or parang, paano ba sabihin to? Yung paano ka magpo-progress or magkaano yung sarili mo, paano mo i-improve yung sarili mo. Yung iba mabilisan, yung iba mabagal, 'di ba? So versus dun sa mga empleyado na lagi pumapasok. So every time na kahit di man siya ganun kagalingan, natututo siya sa mga araw-araw pumapasok siya. 'Di ba? Natututo siya dahan-dahan. So most probably at the end, tatagal siya sa trabaho, mas mag-i-improve siya hanggang sa maabot niya yung level na magaling, na matawag na natin siya magaling. Pero at the same time, andun na yung yung work ethics niya or yung kasanayan niya na pumasok araw-araw, 'di ba? Unlike doon sa magaling na umpisa pa lang pero tamad ka naman pumasok, 'di ba? Pag kukumpara mo yung dalawang yun, most probably yung isa magtatagal sa trabaho or magiging tenured, 'di ba? A chance na ma-promote kasi matagal sa trabaho at the same time nag-improve na. Kaya sa'yo, na most probably kahit nang galing-galing mo, no? na you can be considered as a top agent or pinakamagaling sa trabaho mo, but you're going to get terminated after what, like a month or two kasi lagi kang absent, no? So the difference, diba? So it doesn't matter hindi ka ganun kagaling, no? But if you wanna do something, just show up, man. Show up. Para every day is a learning day, no? Para matuto ka. So every day, parang ayun nga sabi, let's say hindi ganun kabilis yung improvement po, pero let's say nag-improve ka 1% every day, most probably after like what 100 day you're on your 100%, di ba? Like dun sa 100% na yung skills nila, pero hindi naman sila consistent. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say. So why there's no audio? Huh?
It's about perfection and excellence.
Yeah.
And excellence. But it's about showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't have to be really perfect in terms of the overall output, but to be there and to perform regardless of your situation. If you have sickness, if you're experiencing cold, or
Just don't overdo it, of
even
course.
if it's there's different technical difficulties, but you were able to perform and
Show up.
you're able to enjoy the whole
And you show up. Yun
situation
talaga yung
with
isa
the
sa
people
mga
that you're
key dun.
performing. That's excellence. That's better
Yeah,
than
just doing
perfection.
your
Mhm.
best
Yeah.
in that moment is that's the best you can do. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Tito
Oh.
Gary is the goat.
He is.
But sometimes whenever I perform, of course I also want my
Okay.
performance to be perfect.
Uh-huh.
But whenever I think about that, it shows that I don't enjoy, but I try to overthink what I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
Yes,
true.
that's so
And-
true.
True.
And when I don't enjoy my performance, the same vibe,
Yung
the audience
They
feels
feel
the
that.
same
thing,
vibe.
yeah.
So they don't enjoy as well. But when I'm carefree, you're carefree as well, and then we all enjoy the performance. So I try my best not to overthink my performance. But sabi ko,
Isa yun sa mga I think the problema ko in terms of like maybe rapping, like every time I join a rap con, no, I tend to overthink everything, like even the movement, diba, habang dito pa lang hindi pa nangyari yung rap con, ino-overthink ko na yung movement, paano yung galaw ko, gaano ba kalaki yung stage, gaano ba kalawak yung igagalaw ko, kaya ko bang gumalaw ng ganito habang nag-rap ako ng gantong tempo, hindi ba ako magsa-sound mumbly pag gumalaw ako, kasi diba, again, that's one of the reason why na-amaze ako sa SB19, but because they can dance they can sing at the same time, they can dance, diba? Kasi every time that you move, pwedeng hindi ka makapagsalita ng maayos or makakanta or makapag-rap ng maayos, diba? So I always overthink those type of things, diba?
Best not to give.
I always say, it's okay to make mistakes, but don't
Yeah.
make mistakes. Enjoy the moment.
So you should be careless.
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 Dang.
Exactly.
Is that how you really come up with the name?
No, not at all.
That makes sense to me.
Okay.
I was.
Oh,
That was
alright. So, Careless ba yung pangalan title, ay yung kanta ni James Reid? So, Justin still here making jokes with the reference, no?
So you should be careless.
You should be. Dang.
Exactly.
Is that how you really come up with the name?
No, not at all.
That makes sense to me.
I'm really curious
No,
about
I
that
was.
one.
That was the reason, diba?
Where did that come from?
Justin didn't say anything this whole time, but that one thing he said in this whole interview, that was good.
The one thing he said in this whole interview, no? Because come on, Justin, speak up, man. Miss kita. Miss kita.
Yeah. Yeah.
But how did you come up with that name?
It's kind of stupid actually. You know how, Daft Punk? Yeah. So the reason they got their name Daft Punk, and then they were like, okay, fine. And they took the name Daft Punk, and then That's what they called
It's
themselves.
kinda,
It
it
took
sounds
some-
really badass though.
Yeah, it sounds really badass. So
Yeah.
at
Daft
that time,
Punk.
when I was starting out the music and doing that a lot, I don't think people could kind of understand that who I was on TV.
It's different
Boy Next Door, like super
as a performer, music
like,
artist.
perfect values and it's
Ah.
not really human.
Yeah.
That's not me.
Totoo. I mean, pwede natin ito yan ito sa kanto nilang quit, di ba? Sa chorus nga, no? Trying to live a lie or a life that is a lie for me to be, to look as picture perfect in your eyes. I know I butchered the lyrics, but you get the gist of it, right? Usually
Real
ganyan
life.
yung
You know,
ganyan
and
yung
I was
tsura ng
out,
mga
I was
artista
partying, I was-
yung sa
I
Pilipinas,
was in
no?
clubs. I was performing also in clubs with my music, and I was doing hip hop and R&B. Yeah, a lot of fans or haters started commenting and saying that I'm so careless.
So kaya naging careless na.
Careless.
Careless. Like,
I
you
see.
Di
want
naman
careless? I'll give you careless.
Yeah,
that was
okay.
just-
Yeah, I mean, it's not a stupid reason or origin bakit naging careless.
I
a
just
big,
took
big
that and I
move, no?
named it careless. Yeah.
I see.
Okay, I'm gonna change my
Now you guys know.
It doesn't work for everything. Okay, it doesn't work for everything.
For everyone who's curious about the name.
Yeah, curious.
Now
Where I
you
came
know.
from.
galing no. That was such a big brain move. Oh,
Parang gusto kong-
that was
Di ba napakinggan yung kanta niyang careless?
Bantay.
So with like you decided to like make your own company right now and pursuing music, do you find the fulfillment?
Yeah, I think like I find the most fulfillment in the process of making it.
Mhm.
You know, like from the point of when I sit down with like an artist or a producer, and we just sit down, we jam, and we talk about the music, what we want to write about, stuff we're going through, music we've been listening to recently, and we start like creating songs, and then once we make it, and
So I guess, the videos quality is shifting. So I guess, bumabagal lang internet ko. Kaya ganyan kasi, unlike sa YouTube, Spotify don't have an option to change the quality of the video. So I assume this is about your internet connection. So sorry.
to lay in all the instruments, and when it gets to like how we're gonna market it, and, like, creating all the visuals and working with my team, like with my Careless team, and like building out the project and seeing this idea turn into this whole thing.
Mhm.
That's the part that is the most fulfilling.
Yeah.
You know, being able to collaborate with people,
Yeah.
and there's some parts where it's out of my control already. You know, once I pass to like my creative director or to my A&R, and they bring in their own ideas because they bring in things that I couldn't have done on my own.
Yeah.
So they take something that I started, but then they turned it into something that I couldn't have possibly done without their
Yeah.
help. So it becomes bigger than what it started as, or bigger than what I could have imagined it to be. And then once we release it, like I feel like it's not even for me anymore. It's not even for the team. At that point, it's for other people. It's for the fans. But that part for me, like creating it, is the most fulfilling.
I think
Kaya
that
mas
it's the
gusto niya
same
yung
for
part
me.
na.
Like, I couldn't speak for all of us, but sometimes the most exciting part is the creating process.
Mhm.
But after you release it, okay, you're done.
I think
It's the same feeling,
Right? And
right?
I feel like you have to let it go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
At that point, you gotta let it go. You can't be like too like obsessed about the song and start judging the song and what you made, your creativity based on how many streams you got.
Yeah.
It starts to mess you up in the head. Like
Lalo na
I
kung-
put in all that work, all that
Lalo
creativity.
na kung hindi niya naabot yung dami ng views and dami ng yun nga ng who listens to it, no, parang maano ka na siguro pangit na pagkagawa. Mawawala yung first feeling mo ng unong during na ginagawa mo siya na parang nagkagandahan ka, excited ka. No, dahil na nababago ng isip mo dahil sa views.
And then the world is telling me that my idea is only worth this much.
Yeah,
Ah,
yes, yes.
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So you have to let it go at that point. It's like a child, you know? At some point, they gotta get out of the house.
I think the most important
Make its
thing.
own life, you know? But
But here in the Philippines, they try to group together until they die.
yeah,
After they
that's true,
graduate,
but
no?
I don't know how that applies, but yeah, the music at that point, once it goes out to the fans,
let it go.
to the listeners, you know, when, for the most part, when they're listening to the music, they don't really imagine me singing the song, like or me in the story of the song. They're imagining themselves.
Diba? Pag lalo na
So they're
pag-relate,
listening to the music
nakaka-relate ka
of
sa kanta.
whoever it is
Diba?
listening to it at the time.
You're imagining yourself dun sa meaning ng kanta kasi pag lalo pag nakaka-relate ka, right?
Yeah, I'm seeing myself in the music. You know what I mean? So it's more about the listener. It's more about their experience.
So you have to let it go. So you have to let it go because after you release the music, it's not for you anymore. It's for the listener, right?
So you just need to let it go and be like,
It's for you guys.
But at the same time,
good luck.
I
Good
think
luck.
what's most important is the memories that you build together with it before you actually put it out, on the music platforms and all those stuff. Yeah, I think sometimes I really try to listen to our music and my music as well, and I try to reminisce all the good things, how we made this, how we actually had struggles with this kind of history about that song, and how it came together. It was really fulfilling for you, and I think that's one of the few things that people doesn't really
yeah,
see.
Yeah, that's so true.
Mhm.
You know, so I've been trying to like record the process of making the music, so that I can really bring in people to see that, because then they'll finally understand why I'm so sick of my song by the time I get to release
Yeah,
it.
because you already
I don't
listened
wanna
to
listen
it
ever again.
over and
Guys,
over
like,
again.
Be honest.
It's like, you don't know how many times I listened to this song through the mixing process. Like, I'm
Yeah,
so sick
true,
of my
man.
pressure.
Come on, before na, most probably, kaya sila tumatawa na nakaka-relate sila. Kahit naman sa mga maliliit na artist or maliliit na songwriter, di ba? Ganun talaga yung proseso eh. Lalo na kung independent ka. Like, you're the one who's writing the song, making the beats, you record it yourself, di ba? During that process, naririnig mo na yung kanta over and over and over and over again, di ba? So, most probably, ito sila, SB19, sila Pablo, sila Ken, Josh, Justin, Stel, or even James, Reed, no? Pag nalabas sila yung kanta nila, most probably, hindi nila mapakinggan yan or nila sa sound trip yan. Siguro, mapakinggan nila after like a year just to listen to it again or to reminisce, like what Josh says. But before they even release this to the public, they already listened to it like 100 times or 1,000,000 times, no? During the process of making the song. So yeah. so parang bago pa marinig ng iba, umay na sila, kumbaga, sa sarili nilang kahit gaano pa kaganda kasi yung kanta. 'Di ba? Kahit ikaw you as a listener, 'di ba? Even though sobrang paborito mo yung kanta, you cannot listen to it like every single time of your life. 'Di ba? I mean, siguro after like for the first like month or two, siguro papakinggan mo siya on repeat sa playlist mo. Pero after that, mag-move on ka na eh. Like, babalik na lang sa'yo yung feeling after like maybe a year or maybe like a half a year. Napakinggan mo yung kanta like, ooh, this song's still a bop, man. But, di ba kahit listener, mauumay ka, kahit gaano pa agad yung kanta, kahit gaano pa kapaborito yung singers or yung artist na nag-perform nun, no?
And I'm sure for you guys, you have like dance rehearsals.
Yeah, yun pa.
So you have to listen
Yun pa, during the music o totoo sa SB19 nga yung, kung kumpatid kay James sila sa SB19. Dapat mas umay na yung SB19 eh. Kasi during the process of creating the song, ulit nila pinapainggan. And at the same time, they usually make a dance step or choreography sa song nila. So they have to listen to it again, over and over again during the rehearsal.
but another plus 100
Uh-huh.
times.
That's true.
And
And after we release it, oh my
Yeah.
god,
After
we're so
releasing
sick
it, you
of
don't
it.
even listen to it not once.
no, the only time is when you get to perform it.
Yeah.
But then at least, when you're performing, it's a different experience every time.
Mm.
When you get to perform
Yeah,
the
that's
song.
very personal, of course.
But yeah, like to sit and listen to it is tough after you have already gone through all the details. Yeah, it's tough to listen to.
We could really relate to it. But I'm just curious. You said, when was Careless established? Was it
2000
during the pandemic?
No, like 2000. When it started was about 2017. But then I
Oh.
wasn't completely independent until 2019.
What was it hard at first? Like trying to build a team, your process, the operations and everything.
Everything.
Yeah, we made so many mistakes, along the way, and I think it's really necessary. Like, what's that saying? The difference between a master and a beginner is that the master has failed more times than the beginner has tried. So, we really had to make a lot of mistakes, and
Nadinig yun.
yeah, like a lot of big hits, and I feel like in the past year we've really gotten into a place where it's just fun. Everyone's enjoying what they're doing, and we're really happy with the music that we're putting out, and the work itself is fulfilling. So I mean, it's a great way to spend your time. It's a good job to have. Like, we're so lucky that our profession, our career is in music.
Did it ever feel like did you ever feel na parang disappointed at some point? Like, you wanted to do another thing, or not really?
No, not really. There was never a point where I was like, yep, this is where I give up. It was always, I was excited to try something new. We tried this. Okay, what else can we try? Okay, we tried this. All right, what else can we try? But yeah, there was never really a point where I was like, okay, that's the end of the line to me. This song didn't work. I think it's because my goal for success wasn't really tied to how well the music was performing. Because if that was my idea for success, I would have stayed in acting, and I never would have started.
Yeah, true.
My
Yeah,
music
gusto niya lang yung fame talaga, wala talaga yung passion. Gusto lang yung maita yung views na umangat, and then yung listen, di ba? Sila siya sa pagiging artista kasi sikat na siya dun eh, di ba? Kung fame na tayo harap, sikat na siya eh. Tutusin, sikat na siya. So, yeah.
But I don't know, my gauge for success was more me, doing what I love.
Yeah,
And
we have
working with
a lot
people
of
who also, really love
interpretation of
this.
success. Di ba? Not
So
just
yeah,
being
I
famous.
never really hit that point.
Really?
That's one thing.
Yeah. Diba? You're fulfilling yourself is fulfilling your dreams as well,
Yeah.
or your needs.
Fulfilling yourself is, you can consider that as success, not just again being famous or being well known about something. Success pwede ring interpret as kung gaano kasaya sa anong ginagawa mo.
Yep.
And syempre, your passion. And about, siguro, I wanted to ask something. Siguro, since I really believe that you really have a great mindset, thinking, you're very matured, was there any moment that you wanted to, pause, or, parang sumumbalikan?
I pause.
Whether it's siguro the greatest moment, or maybe something that happened or it didn't happen good.
I think it was when I did the music fest. We created a music festival in Cebu, and basically everything went wrong. Like everything you could possibly imagine.
Was it-
Imagine
Ano yun, no? Yung
went wrong.
festival. Oh,
The
yes.
Wiggy
Cebu.
Baby Festival.
The umulan, yung
Yeah,
umulan,
no,
no?
that was so hard, and let's just say the management of Careless at the time had no idea what they were doing. So yeah, just everything went wrong, and it went so bad that I was in a place where I was like, I actually had a tour in Canada set up. I had to take a break because I knew I just wasn't in the headspace to do it, so I had to stop. That was one of the moments where I was like, is this it? But then instead of stopping, we decided to just keep pushing, keep working.
Bounce back
and
nga.
not
Bounce
let the
back.
hit,
You have to bounce back, man.
get to us like mentally. And the only reason I was able to do that was because of my team. No one was like, okay, that's it. We're gonna stop here. We're gonna give up. Everyone was like, we can do this. We can bounce
Yeah.
back. Everyone, shared that mindset. So, yeah, I think without them, I wouldn't have been able to bounce back because it was a pretty heavy hit.
Yeah,
Let's
true.
just say that.
Ano ka ng isang music festival, di ba? Tapos everything went wrong. Maraming taong pag nakaranas ng gano'n, ma-discourage na. Or titigil na. Last na to, man. Hindi ko na kayang ulitin to. Di ba? So, but yeah.
Talking about that, it really seems like, listening to you, you are a great leader. You seem like a really, talagang you look after your team always, and you always try to be the bigger person or someone that they could lean on. Kasi whenever we try to ask about, the struggles, you always think of or try to see the good sides of everything. That you needed to, go through that para in the future you'll know what to do. But you know what? For the things siguro na napag-usapan natin, do you still have fears? Whether it's about time or in your state of career or about anything. Well, I'd say
Able
about
to do it. Mga ganun, fears.
Do I have any fears?
yeah.
Parang wala.
Walang takot, fearless.
I probably do have one. Like when it comes to like the career, nah, I don't really. I've been through like every single high and low that you think of, and the only thing that stays like constant, all that is just me. But everything just changes all the time, so you just gotta keep the right attitude and you'll be fine. But any fears that I still have?
Whether maybe losing someone.
Oh yeah, definitely. But
No, you knock on foam. Josh, you have to look for a wood. Knock on foam yun.
my only like fear that's like still scratching in the back of my head is like if I'm gonna be a good dad.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's probably the only fear.
sobrang,
Like, still
Damn.
sobrang tagal pa nun, man.
it has nothing to do with music or career or anything like that.
Sobrang tagal
No,
pa.
I
I
know,
feel like
just
sobrang tagal pa nun.
Take it as it comes. But that's probably like the one
Yeah, I think it's
No.
for the
You're
future.
going to be
probably
good
biggest fear
daddy.
that I have in my life. Yeah, one day, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, kahit naman ngayon, kahit ako, no, I'm a daddy, no? I'm a daddy. Siyempre, meron pa rin takot talaga akong nagagawa ko ba maging tatay ng maayos. Ba? I mean, I feel like lahat naman siguro ng lalaki na gusto magkaanak. So,
Baka gusto nyo magpa-try muna. That,
What are you thinking about that right now?
I don't know. You said this is a safe space, so like,
you don't really need to filter anything. We can cut everything. I mean, that's really good. I mean,
I'm not saying anything.
Don't
I'm
worry.
not saying anything.
don't
oh, marami na namang mga news page sa Facebook na titingnan na naman to ng iba, no? Like, itong kay just read something about Josh, no? Na post niya from way back 2014, no? Na ngayon lang naging ngayon lang, nakalimutan ko yung page eh. Like, ginagawa pang big deal yun. 2014, bata pa si Josh noon. I have a lot of things na nasabi and ginawa nung bata ako na hindi ko, sa tingin ko is mali talaga ngayon. Pero hindi ko sinasadya kasi bata pa ako. Iba pa yung mindset mo nun eh. Nung time na yun. 'Di ba? But, iatakihin yung isang post na, alam mo yun, para lang makagawa siya ng balita. Ha?
You're saying
Alright,
that's like a
alright.
genuine fear.
I'm the same age as you, so I have the same fear as well. I mean, I overthink about that, and
Oh, SB19 thinking about coming dad.
You know what? Look,
he already said.
last episode, we told each other that when we give birth, we will make a boy group out of.
Oh my God!
Our
He said when he
children.
reached
That's
30,
fine.
you want your son to be
It's,
included.
it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick.
Because that would be in a careless, of
Yeah.
course. But Pablo said
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
when he reached 35, you
Uh-huh.
want to make one.
Okay.
35?
What would they
Probably,
be
like,
called?
My child gonna be a prodigy. Music prodigy.
What's the name of the group?
As babies.
S babies. SB pa rin, no? Pero, yung meaning ng B is baby na, no?
As babies.
But yeah, I also think about that thing. Once in a while.
Yeah, I always overthink about
Am
it.
I going to be a good dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's already hard to be a good person.
Yeah, dude,
Or
that's
if you're
how
going
I
to be a
think.
dad.
And you're gonna be looking forward to something for sure. But
I guess what Pablo's trying to say in here is it's also hard to be a good person. Kasi, I mean, di ba, sa paningin ng ibang tao ngayon, kahit ano nang gawin mo, di ba, pag ayaw nila sa'yo, di ba? So, sometimes you have to, like, I don't know, like, show them na lang na you're a good person because even if you know to yourself that you are a good person, no, in your own ways, marami pa rin makapag-misinterpret or lalo na kung ayaw talaga sa'yo ng tao, gumawa ka pa rin masama kahit wala kang ginagawang masama. So I think that's what Pablo's trying to say here.
with all these, diba? How do you take breaks, James? How do you, syempre, with all the challenges, how do you keep yourself sane? How do you take breaks?
Bakit hindi mas yung buhok, ha? Pablo?
Forward to something for sure. But with all these, diba? How do you take breaks, James? How do you, syempre, with all the challenges, how do you keep yourself sane? How do you take breaks? How do you cope up with life?
How do you sleep?
I think the best break that I do for myself really is meditation. Yeah, it is.
And
it is
every
like-
day, every day.
I try to
Every day?
Yeah, meditation. I try to every day, but I feel like that's the thing that's really kept me sane and kept me able to do so many things
Mhm.
and just, like always be on and like have a music label, manage my own career at the same time. Also to like have my own like
I don't know, maybe iba tayo. I feel like hindi yung meditating is parang it's not working for me. I don't know, may ADHD ata ako. It's not working for me, no. I feel like every time na I don't know kung anong iba nag-work sa ganun. I mean, iba-iba naman tayo. Pero I feel like for me, if I like choose to meditate or mag-meditate ka na mag-isa or like, just close your eyes and meditate and just, feel yourself, just reflect. Sobrang dahil pumapasok sa isip ko lang, tahimik, and I mean, I feel like hindi siya nag-work sa akin. I feel like what works for me is before I do something, I have to make sure that I'm ready. Like for example, in the morning, pagising ko sa umaga or before I go to work, I want to have coffee, and then I want to have like a me time, like just chill, just parang i-shut down mo yung utak mo muna saglit and just watch a video that you want to watch. Just drink coffee, just chill, just relax, and then you know after that work. I don't know. I don't know how it works for you guys, but I don't know. Meditation or meditating is it's not for me, man. I don't know why. Maraming I don't know. Maybe there's a lot. Sobrang dami lang demon sa ulo ko ngayon. So I cannot do meditation or meditating. But yeah. Parang lalo ako nag-overthink pag
Love life and all this other stuff happening as well. My private life. Yeah, having that balance. It's really meditation
Mm-mm.
because it helps me find that place where I'm just at peace and relaxed. So no matter what crazy going on in my life, I can always go back to a place of like calm, and it's like my baseline. How do you know if you've gone too far if you don't know where your center is?
That's
How do I know
fucking
if I'm-
deep, man.
If I need a break or not? How do I know if I'm too stressed out? If I don't have like a center where I'm like, this is where I'm good, and so I know when I check in with myself, okay, you need to take a break, or I know I need to double down on work. I need to work a little harder, or I know I need to tell I need to spend more time with my mom or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the same thing as talking to yourself as well, or checking out.
Yeah.
on
So
yourself.
that's like I guess it's like a mental break.
Yeah.
That I take, but yeah, that does more for me than like a vacation somewhere, because you could be on vacation and still thinking about all your problems.
Yeah, actually,
And work. And work.
it works
And
shape.
work and like
Yeah,
all
me
your dance
too.
steps you gotta remember.
I don't know. I feel like sobrang hindi ako sobrang I mean, I enjoy vacation, pero hindi ako sobrang fan ng vacation. I feel like, I don't know, maybe especially now na meron akong pamilya, meron akong anak, kasi parang to go on vacation, I mean, again, di ko sinasabi to na parang ayoko mag-vacation kasama yung pamilya ko. Of course, kung papapiliin ako ng vacation mag-isa and kasama yung pamilya ko, I will always choose to go on vacation with my family, no? But what I'm trying to say is parang, kasi I have 2 sons, no? Maliliit pa, sobrang kukulit pa nila. So every time that I think we're going on a vacation, of course, you have to think about your son, diba? Sa anak mo, yung gagawin nyo, have to make sure na they're going to enjoy it as well. So, yeah. Hindi ako pwede maging careless during vacation. But at the same time, parang kasi sa vacation, parang ang dami mo rin kasi kailangang asikasuhin pag mag-vacation ka. I don't know, maybe it's a different topic pag marami kang pera. Kasi I feel like pag marami kang pera and you go on vacation, parang pwede mo nang paggalawin lahat kahit na hindi ka gumagalaw, kasi you have money to ask someone or to have or ask for help na gawin tong ganito, gawin tong bagay, i-arrange tong ganito para sa'yo kasi you have money na para ibayad sa kanila. I don't know, maybe it's a different topic pag may pera ka and you go on vacation, or just going on vacation na yung pera mo is parang sapat lang for that vacation. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like vacation for me, hindi siya sobrang I feel like I can live like a decade without an actual vacation. No? Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just me.
I always try to somewhat do meditation, like sometimes.
No, I cannot
not
do
every
that,
day.
man.
What kind of meditation are you talking?
I think that's a different meditation, but yeah, I think it works for me because sometimes
What
diba,
kind
with
of
all these
medication is
negativities in
medication?
life, of
Meditation
course,
is that?
as artists and as someone who's always exposed in the public, diba parang people will always try or will always tell something about you,
Yeah.
even if you do something good or
They
something
always
bad.
hate.
You do all these good stuff, then they always see
The smallest
the
things.
bad small thing that you did. But has it gotten into you? Yung mga ganun.
Did it ever get to me? Like, I mean, it used to.
Kasi ako, I'll be honest, I can be vulnerable. At recently
Talaga? Ba't ganun yung mukha ni Pablo dun?
gotten into yung mga ganun.
Did it ever get to me? Like, I mean, it used to.
Kasi ako, I'll be honest, I can be vulnerable. At recently, ano din talaga, parang it has been getting into me. I didn't know na, it could get to me like this before I thought I was invincible.
Yeah.
But siguro,
Especially if you numbed it for a while.
yeah.
I think
Parang
in the
nag-build up
beginning,
na kasi siya.
it's something you just like kind of shrug off. And eventually, especially for people in our position, it becomes easier to just like numb ourselves and not feel anything at all, so that all the words and all the opinions and all the judgment doesn't affect you. But then you run the risk of becoming like kind of cold and like numb and heartless, which is kind of what happened to me before. That was my sign when I knew I had to
Stop.
like pause Strawberries for a while and just go and do music and be on my own time, because I felt like I was getting numb from trying to block out everything. But at some point you just
Yep, yun talaga pag
have to
public
reach
figure ka
like,
eh,
a part
no?
in your life where you're just like,
Kasi I feel like lahat ng tao na, what the fuck happened to my hair? Lahat ng tao parang nakatingin sa'yo, every move, every breath you take, every move you make. No.
I just don't care anymore.
Whatever. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna just be careless.
Yeah.
Wow, I salute you for that. And that's, ano yan, it takes a lot of, mental, siguro, trying to, dalhin yung sarili mo eh.
Honestly,
Yes, exactly. Pagdadala sa sarili.
Would you say na yung parang, di ba before pursuing music and building Careless, parang in a way you were just following what was told, like the management. And right now that you pursue music, there's, I think, much more struggles and problems that's happening. But would you say that it is more fulfilling than just following whatever is?
yeah, actually, now that I think about it, yeah, that's a good question actually. Before, like a lot of these struggles, when you feel like it's not even your battle, and it's tough to go through it, and you go through and like,
What's the reward?
yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. But then once it's in your own time and in your own terms, when those struggles and the challenges come up, I don't know, you're so much more willing to face it because you know that it is your battle, and you know that it's what's standing between you and like the person you want to be. And yeah, it's on your time. So it that definitely makes it easier to overcome the challenges that come up in trying to run your own label, your own private business, or even when it comes to like branding yourself and being an artist yourself. Yeah, all those challenges are much easier to take than the ones where you felt like that wasn't even my battle to begin with. Yeah, I just realized that now.
There's a lot of people who work and they get paid a lot, but they don't really enjoy their job. So they end up quitting and choosing the path that they wanted. So parang I realized it. Even though we're promoting yung song namin na Time, parang sakto rin yung quit. Because parang dun sa song it says na I don't want to die. I don't want to kill yung colors that I wanted to be, just to please everyone. So parang
Yeah.
sakto.
Nice. No, it is a great song. Like there was a few lines in there. I was like, "Oh, this is hard."
Sure.
What
That
was one
fucking
about?
song still hits hard until today, Every time that I listen to Quit. Like, ayoko mamatay. They try to kill the colors in my mind. But now my heart wanted was to be kind. But, afraid to die alive. Diba? Di ba lang yung linya na yun, afraid to die alive? Diba? Like, you're afraid to die alive. Like, yung buhay ka pa, pero like, you feel like you don't have a purpose. Like, you're dead inside, but you're alive. You know? Napaka, ano nun, lalim. You know, it's always hit hard every time that I listen to it. That's why I don't listen to it all the time, no? Because I feel like if I listen to it, yung lalo na pag senti yung vibe, sobrang tatama sa'yo. man, SB19.
What you don't change, you choose.
Yeah.
Did you
Kill
write
the
that?
colors in my eyes.
Yeah, what you don't change, you choose. Yeah, that hit hard. You know, there's definitely those things in your life where it keeps repeating over and over and over again.
Bulto. Yung tawag ng mga
And-
bulto mo, man.
Yeah, at some point you gotta be like, damn, I'm actually choosing
Mhm.
this because
I'm not acting on
I'm not
it.
stepping away from this toxic relationship, or I'm not, you know, choosing to wake up at 7 a.m. But yeah, that's a good song. It hit hard.
Well, you know what, James? You figured a lot.
Pablo, what the fuck?
You figured a lot of things about. I feel like life already in such a very young age. I mean, we're the same age, so we're young. We're young, okay?
You're still young.
Pero you sound mature than what you are right now. I mean, your age, diba? Kasi a lot of people would not think like you.
Hindi isipin yung mga ganung
Parang
bagay.
They would
Yeah.
always choose siguro yung just to maybe chase money, chase fame, chase all these stuff. I mean, it's always good to have all those stuff, but in balance, syempre. But, diba, itong mga nangyari sa'yo and all of these stuff that parang napagdaanan mo na, do you ever like question or yourself back then, do you want to go back and
Change.
maybe say something to your younger self? Do you want to empower your younger self? Yeah. Because it's hard diba, at a very young age.
Yeah.
You have to experience all those stuff. So you figured out life.
Yeah.
Everyone. Kasi you have to go through all of it.
Yeah, I think the only way that I was able to get here, you know, with my perspective and everything, I had to go through stuff, you know, and I don't know, I've been through some pretty like devastating things when it came to money. Like, I know what it's like to lose everything. I know what it's like also my family, you know, having everything when we were younger and then also losing everything. So it's happened a few times in my life.
Talaga?
And yeah, being in the spotlight and how cruel it can be at the same time, as it can give you so many like benefits and everything like that. Yeah, it's just something that I had to go through in life, and I feel like I was in like a pressure cooker. So much stuff happened.
Yeah, ganda
already, and
analogy
I'm
nun.
only 32 years old.
Pressure cooker.
But yeah, I'm really grateful for everything that's happened and everything that's brought me here. I really wouldn't have it any other way.
Do you have like a message to your younger self na gusto mo sabihin, or whether
Just take your time.
Take your
Take
time.
your time.
Huwag
If
ka
you
nang
feel-
huli.
And go back to the, yo, don't make that song. No, I'm just kidding. I love that song.
Beat it.
Have
Did you know that we performed it?
version though?
When we were
No.
still trainees, that song. we
No,
always
I
performed
did. I
that
saw it.
That's
Yes,
the
I said. I saw that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
An
Oh,
asset,
for
right?
these guys.
Yo, if I go back in time, like, yo, I'd tell my younger self, yo, one day SB19 is gonna be famous. So hang in there.
Let's go.
Don't search it, guys. No, don't search it.
We're not yet complete back then.
Wala lang. It's a good talk. Because somehow I feel like we're on the same
Struggles.
yeah, we have the same struggles and path in terms of like trying to take or choosing this path regardless of the people around you and trying to do everything to make it succeed. Diba? Sabi mo nga, if you really loves doing this thing, you do or you give it your all.
You're 100%.
Compared to something na like you're just trying to
I feel like
follow.
sobrang late ng SB19 dito, no? Kasi, I mean, you see, they're always giving their 100% every time, no? Every performance, everything, every project, no?
Yeah, you just want to please someone.
You just want to please
people.
everyone.
Yeah. Or it's on someone else's time. Yeah.
I feel like marami pa tayong pagdadaanan for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what?
100%.
Tsaka yung I definitely like the part that you mentioned about, you know, is it your battle to begin with? Eh?
Yeah, you're bad to begin with.
Oo nga.
It's hard to fight that one.
Yeah, because sometimes people tend to, you know, try to, lalo na in public, but they try to control who you are or try to, oh, dapat ganito ka, dapat to be. Pero, that's not me. Di ba? Parang, what do I get from doing these things? Parang, oh, I do this, I get famous, what do I learn from it?
Nothing.
Diba? Parang medyo may mga ganun yung parang, they always try to control you,
That's the dangerous thing about like
The industry. Man, yeah, the management, the industry itself, man, they're trying to control the galit na galit, you know? They're trying to control the artist and the actors.
things like that. I found that the people I work best with are people that they love me for who I am, regardless. You know, because then they really want what's best for me. Like this man over there. He,
As
you know,
the
regardless
manager.
of what I do or what my potential I can become, you know, my team they respect me and love me for who I am already. So those are the right people to work with, because it can be like a, you know, scary business to be in.
Gusto ko malaman, so may trust issues ka rin.
A little.
But I think you're smart enough to know.
Yeah.
Kasi sa atin, ang natindi na natin.
Yeah,
Trust it.
Kasi,
Well, I thought I was, but then I guess not. So I still have a long way to go. Yeah.
but I feel like you can,
Ano ba to? Hint ba to about the show, BD?
you can sense, diba, agad-agad. Since very, you know, siya, ako personally, I never imagined you were that mature. Kasi I thought you were
Careless.
at least, diba,
I
parang,
was just careless.
kasi grabe, ang dami ko rin nakuha sa mga sinasabi. And it's really good to be, siguro be with these kinds of people or with someone like you, to be around with. Kasi, siguro yung pressure in the industry or yung sa ginagawa namin, laging work, kailangan the best, kailangan ganito. Pero, hearing you makes me feel like, oh, marami rin palang talagang marami rin talagang nagdadaan sa ganong struggle.
Yeah, you really have to set your own standards. Like you need to set your own measure for success. You have to know what that is and be able to like define it like in words so that you know what you're working towards. Because otherwise something as silly as like a flop or a bad comment or something like that will affect you. It
discourage you.
Affects your artistry. It affects your relationships with people. But yeah, if you can, you know, have a clear.
As I said,
idea of what
discourage.
means to you, whether it's being able to, you know, be in service of people you care about, be in service of God, be in whatever that might be, or if it's really just you gauge your success on how much you discover about yourself. then I feel like you don't follow the same rules as other people. You don't follow the same rules as the person who is worried about like streams and numbers, and it really affects their own self-worth when they see those numbers. So I feel like if you can find that in yourself, you have like a leg up. You have an advantage over everyone else that's still trying to get the numbers to complete them. Because I have my own gauge for success, and I'm getting there.
Yeah. So, how satisfied are you in life right now?
Yeah, that's the question.
Pretty satisfied.
Pretty satisfied.
Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. I'm on the SB19 podcast. So life's pretty good.
Yeah. So I feel like do you ever
Do you ever feel,
feel
like a
like
plastic bag?
you're running out of time with your current career, knowing that there's a lot of like new artists, new companies,
Like I'm running out of time.
yeah, with your goals and
No, I don't think so. I feel like it's just getting
Yes,
started.
let's go, man.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah, I mean, even for me, man. I mean, I'm not even there, no? Not even at the starting point, pero I'm not even worried about my age, no? I feel like if you really have something that you can offer, you always still believe in yourself. Like maybe even if I'm at my 40s, but yeah, I mean, I don't have the resources, but I mean, resources is one thing, no? Pero you can always start. Dami itong mga maliliit na bagay na meron ka, no? But yeah, come on, man. Gusto kong makarinig ng ganun, no? Nakaka-encourage.
That's what's
That's
up.
what's up.
Yeah, I feel like
That's
I've been in it for a while, but I feel like that's what's up.
That's what's up.
But yeah, I feel like if you feel like you're running out of time, maybe you might be
Yeah.
rushing.
Come on,
So-
man.
Oh.
If you feel like, obviously this doesn't apply like if you're late for a meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mean that, but I mean if you feel like personally you're
Yeah,
running
and
out
your
of time,
passion and your dreams.
you've set too small of a time limit for too big of an idea,
A
too
goal.
big of a
Yeah.
goal. So maybe slow
Slow
down.
down, yeah.
Parang biniligtad yun. Imbes na nagmamadali ka dahil wala ka ng oras. If you're running out of time, baka nagmamadali ka.
Ang galing nga eh.
That's really
I mean-
beautiful. That's really beautiful.
Oh, shit. Ang ganda nga
Siguro-
nun, ah. Susulat nga ako dun.
Isa sa mga pinaka-refreshing din na ano ko ngayon. Grabe, all those insights. May gusto pa
Air drop.
introduce.
and siguro for the last one, we just want to know what's next for
Yes, sir.
James.
So I have the like deluxe version of my EP, JGH just got home. That's coming out in July with a new single.
Oh, shit. So, meron siyang album. Come on, man. Comment down below if you want us to listen to that. I mean, I feel like because of this podcast, I wanna listen more sa song ni or music or nilalabas si James Reid.
Pahinga,
Pahinga.
and it's featuring TJ Monterde.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a really cool song. I really love this one. It was. Let's see. One more time. So, I have a deluxe version of my EP, Just Got Home, coming out on June 6th. And there's a single coming out with it too called Pahinga featuring TJ Monterde.
Let's go!
And I really love this song. It was co-written with Jason Marvin and produced by Brian Lotto.
How bright
Oh, I love
You guys work with him.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's coming out soon. And I've also been in album mode, so yeah, you can watch out for that. It's
Let's
coming
go,
soon.
man.
Yes, let's
Grabe.
go.
Watch out for that.
Thank you so much, Sobra. Again, James, thank you for showing us, telling us your stories, telling us your struggle.
It's always great to share perspective with people and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
how they
we
live
learn a
their
lot.
life, because it helps you see stuff from a different angle and like, oh yeah, I didn't think about it like
Mhm.
that. So it's always great to talk to people like this. And thank you for having me.
Napaka-chill lang ni James. Thank you for showing us na hindi lang syempre momentum.
Oh, come on,
ang
man.
time.
Tapos na ba?
Minsan it's about realignment, waiting and choosing for your own rhythm.
Oh, shit. Ang bilis lang
And
ng
syempre, your
1
journey
hour and
proves that
8
timing
minutes.
isn't About
Hindi ko
just
naramdaman.
luck. It's about knowing when to go, and when to let things breathe. Again, thank you so much for syempre for joining us today. At ang dami namin natutunan, dami mo na pa-realize, and napaka relaxing nitong podcast na to. Napaka
Pili ko na may ano tayo dito chips.
kaya thank you again. Do you have anything to say?
When's the collab?
Sige, yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. No, that's what's up. That's what's
Guys,
up.
cook it
Alright.
now.
Oh, yun na yung
Thank
next.
you so much, guys. We hope that you enjoyed this podcast. Till next time.
Bye-bye.
See you on the collab.
Nice, man. See you on the call-up, man. Alright, well again, that's Time First, no? Episode 5, The Long Way Back. Grabe, no? I feel like sobrang dami kong natutunan kay James Reid. Didn't realize na magiging ganun ka sobrang meaningful yung podcast na yun. And yeah, I really enjoy it. Di ko naramdaman yung isang oras, no? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that, no? Listening to the podcast with me and listening to me pausing it and yapping and giving my, 2 cents about the topics that they're talking about. And yeah, I mean that's our video for today. Hope you guys enjoy it and see you on my next reaction. Peace.